everybody and welcome back to my channel. So it is now June, so it's officially halfway through the year, so it is time to do the mid-year book tag. So I've got all the questions from last year when I did it, and I'm just gonna, you know, go through them. So if you keep seeing me look to the side, it's because my laptop is there and all of the questions are on there, just so I remember them. Okay, so first question is best book you've read so far in 2025. Now this was very hard for me to pick because I've read a lot of amazing books so far this year. I've had so many really good 5 stars, but I think I just had to choose this specific book just because it basically emotionally destroyed me, and I've been in a bit of a reading slump ever since I finished reading it, and that is Releasing 10 by Chloe Walsh. This is the 6th and most recent installment in the Boys of Tommen series, and we all know my love for this series. We all know how much I love it and how much I just think about it on a daily basis. And before reading this book, I just thought that Lizzie was acting out, and she was like she had her trauma, but she wasn't dealing with it in the best way. But I did not realize how deep her trauma goes, and just I'm honestly a little heartbroken still from this book. It's so beautiful, it's so devastating, it just makes you feel so many emotions all at once, and this is like a 6, not maybe 7-star read for me. Like, it beats the scale of the 5 stars, and I'm just absolutely obsessed with this book. So it is hands down my best book of the year so far. Okay, question number 2 is the best sequel I've read so far in 2025. Now this one was easy for me to pick because I really did not enjoy the first book in this series all that much, but the second book, phenomenal. And that is Play With Me by Becca Mack. This is book 2 in the Play for Keeps series. I read book 1 last year and I really was not a fan of it. I think I gave it like a 3.75 stars maybe, or less. I'm not 100% sure. There was something about the main guy in that book. He really annoyed me. I just wasn't a fan of him, and just like he cringed me out quite a lot, and I didn't really, and the girl was okay, but she wasn't my favorite. But this book, Garrett Anderson, The Man That You Are, I'm obsessed with him. I love this book so freaking much, and I really need to continue this series because I was a bit iffy after reading the first book, but this book renewed my hope in it. I absolutely adored this. I love his relationship with Jenny, and just everything that happens in this book is just phenomenal, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And I just think everyone should read the series. Even if you read the first book and weren't the biggest fan, you should still read the second one because the second one is amazing, and I gave it 5 stars. Okay, so question number 3 is a new release that I haven't read yet but want to, and for this one I didn't think I would have any because I've read all of the new releases so far that I've had. By the time this video comes out, 2 more new releases come out, but they don't count as when I'm filming this. But one of the new releases from this year that I haven't read but I really do want to is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. I've been like seeing people talk about this book and like the Hunger Games series a lot recently. Mainly a couple of my friends have been, and I bought this and I was just planning on reading this, but I really think I would prefer to read the series in like the proper order. So I need to read A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes first before I read Sunrise on the Reaping. But I'm really excited to read this because I loved the Hunger Games movies when I watched them. I just never read the books. So I now own the whole series. And I'm planning on doing a reading vlog of me reading this series, which will be coming in the next month or so. But yeah, this is the new release from this year that I really want to read. Okay, question number 4 is what is my most anticipated release for the second half of the year? Now, by the time this video comes out, it will have been released. I think this video goes out the day after it's got released, but as of right now it hasn't been released yet. And my most anticipated release for the second half of this year is Trust Me Always by Megan Brandy. This is book number 3 in the Boys of Avik series. If you've watched my channel for a while, you know my love for Say You Swear. I absolutely adore that book. I think it's amazing. I absolutely love that. Like, I love the characters in it, and it means a lot to me, that book. It's the first book I ever read, that Geordie recommended to me, and I understand why she loves it so much. I wasn't as big a fan of the second one, Promise Me Not. I felt like those characters should have had their story later in the series, but we moved. But I'm really excited for the next book in the series, which will be Cam and Brady's story, and I just can't wait because I love Cam and Brady. They're 2 of my favourite characters from the series. So yeah, I'm really excited to read their book, and it comes out on the 19th of June. And another anticipated release that comes out on the 17th of June is Gloves Off by Stephanie Archer. This is the 4th book in the Vancouver Storm series. I read this series this year and I really, really enjoyed it. It's not a 5-star series for me, but I have really loved it, and I love the characters and the stories. I think the second one is my favourite as of right now, The Fake Out. But I really enjoyed Behind the Net and also The Wingman as well. But I'm really looking forward to Gloves Off because I'm just really excited for the dynamic with the couple in that book. Okay, next question is biggest surprise. So the biggest surprise for me was a book that I was really looking for. I like really wanted to read, but I was also a little hesitant to read because it's a book that's very much out of my comfort zone. Everyone knows I'm a big romance and fantasy girl. Like, those are my 2 main genres. Like, they're the main books that I read all of the time. But I wanted to like branch out a little bit more this year, and I got this book for Christmas because everyone talks about it and everyone compares it to one of my all-time favorite shows, TV shows, which is Criminal Minds. So I got The Naturals off of my lovely friend Ida for Christmas last year, and I've been really wanting to read it for a while, and she kept on encouraging me to read it. So I picked it up after I think I picked this up after I read Releasing 10, or just before I read Releasing 10, I'm not sure, but I read it very recently and I really, really enjoyed this. I think I gave this a 4.25 stars. I really liked it. I really liked the characters, and I'm really looking forward to reading the rest of the series. This really isn't my kind of book. It's like a crime thriller book, and I normally don't read books like this, but I really, really enjoyed this one. And I think if you really enjoy the TV show Criminal Minds, and you want like a very easy like crime thrillery book to read, definitely read this one, because I read it in like 2-3 days and I absolutely adored it. Okay, we're on to question number 6 now, and that is favourite new author, either debut or just new to me. And I've actually got a debut author. I've been following this author on TikTok for quite a while. I really enjoy her content and I love the series that she publishes on TikTok. And when I found out she was publishing a book, which is a prequel to that series, I just really had to get it and read it. And so my new favourite author one of my new favourite authors is JC Lynn, who wrote For Whom the Bell Tolls. This is the prequel to her House Bells series that she posts on TikTok. I love the House Bells series. It's a comfort series for me on TikTok. It's one that I absolutely adore, and I rewatch the whole thing many times. I think I rewatch it at least once a year. And I read this book last month. A reading vlog of me reading this came out very recently, and I absolutely adore this, and I love her writing, and I think the author herself is amazing, and I'm just so glad I read this book, and I think everyone should pick it up. Definitely look up your trigger warnings for it, but if you want like a fun but still kind of heartbreaking romantasy with demons and a very sarcastic main character, then definitely pick up For Whom the Bell Tolls by JC Lynn. Okay, so question number 7 is my newest fictional crush, and that definitely has to be Hunt Athalar from the Crescent City series. I'm currently in the middle of reading this book for a vlog. I'm currently 437 pages into it. I really need to get this finished. Yeah, I really need to get this book finished soon. But I'm really enjoying it and I really love the characters, and Hunt is just a big new fictional crush for me. I love him. I love all of the men in this series, like Rune and Ethan. Just, I'm obsessed. But yeah, no, really enjoying this. I'm hoping to finish it either probably tomorrow. I'm gonna try and read more of it tonight and then try and read the last bit of it tomorrow. But yeah, really good book, and really enjoying the characters. And yeah, Hunt is definitely a new book boyfriend for me. Okay, so next question is a book that made me cry. I've had a couple of books that made me cry this year, and I would have done releasing 10, but I didn't want to repeat any books. So the book I went with, the book that made me cry, is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. I'm still not recovered from the ending of this book. Chapter 89, if you know, you know, emotionally destroyed me just the tiniest bit. I had to record my reaction of it to send to my friends, and yeah. I'm not okay. I'm physically not okay. I love this book so much. I love this series so much. And I'm so sad that I finished reading it because now I can't read it again for the first time. But yeah, no, I absolutely adore Kingdom of Ash, and this book made me cry. Yeah. Okay, next we have, we just have 3 more questions now. So next we have a book that made me happy, and that definitely has to be Rewind It Back by Liz Tomford. This is the, I think, 5th and technically the final installment. There's going to be a novella that comes out next year, but this is the final full book in the Windy City series, and this series is just like a warm hug. Like, the characters and the couples and the friendships and the found family in this series just bring me so much peace and joy. I absolutely adore this series. I adore these characters. I love their relationships. I love their friendships. And my boy Rio, he has been waiting for so long to find someone, and he finally has his person, and I'm just so happy for him. Like, I feel like these people are real to me. I know they're not. I know they're fictional characters in a book series, okay? But I love this series so freaking much. It's one of my all-time favorite sports romance series that I've ever read, and I'm obsessed. I want to reread the whole series just because I need them back in my life. Honestly, I just love all of these characters with every fibre of my being, and this book just made me so happy, and I absolutely adore it. And yeah, phenomenal book. You can also see my reactions to this, and as well along with For Whom the Bell Tolls, I'm releasing 10 in my most recent reading vlog, which I will put here and also will be linked below. But yeah, amazing book. Okay, second to last question is most beautiful book that I've bought so far this year or received. I think the most beautiful book that I've bought myself this year definitely has to be the Waterstones, hardback, well, this isn't the Waterstones one, but the hardback editions of the Powerless series. So this is Fearless. I bought myself this last month, and I just think it's gorgeous. I love the artwork there of the characters. I absolutely, if I can get the cover off, love the actual cover as well, because I just think it's so beautiful, and I love the detailing that is on the actual hardback bit of the book. I love this book. I love this series. I think it's phenomenal. I am happy there's another book coming out in this series, which I am going to read. Which I think is just a little novella that's during the same timeline as this one, but I think it's from Kit's point of view, and I'm kind of looking forward to reading from his point of view. But yeah, no, this is definitely the most beautiful book that I've bought myself so far this year. Okay, and then the final question I have is, what books do I need to read before the end of this year? So I have 5 books here. So let's just quickly go through them. So first up, we have Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I've had this book on my TBR for the last 2 months and I still haven't read it. I don't know if I'm going to read it this month because, like I said, I'm a bit slumped since finishing Releasing 10. So I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to get to this book. I want to, but who knows? But I definitely want to read this before the end of the year because it's been on my TBR for a long time. Up next, we have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I just want to see what the fuss is about, honestly. Like, I've heard a lot of people talk about this series, and I feel like a lot of people either love or hate this series. And I want to see which group I fall into. So that is on my list to finish before the end of the year. This one is a repeat offender from, like, the last couple of years. We have The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandala. Or Mandana. I don't know. I think it's Mandana. I've had this book on my shelf for like 2 years at this point, and I keep meaning to read it in around like autumn time, like around the Halloweeny season, because it's a book about witches. But I just keep never reading it, and I really need to read it this year because I'm very excited about it because it looks really, really good. Okay, next is a release that came out this year, but I really need to read it before the end of the year because I really loved the first book when I read it last year. And that is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. This is the sequel to Out on a Limb, and if you've watched my channel, you know how much I love Out on a Limb. And then the final book on the list of books that I need to read before the end of this year, and I'm calling out Geordie with this as well, we both need to read The Lucky List by Rachel Lippincott. I've had this book for so freaking long. I bought Geordie a copy of this, I think like 2 years ago at this point, or a year. I think it's been 2 years since I bought her copy, and we're meant to buddy read it and we still haven't. So yeah, I'm going to force Geordie to read this with me before the end of the year. But yeah, that is the last book on my list of books that I want to read before the year is over. Okay, yeah, so that is the end of this year's mid-year book tag. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe, and hit the little notification bell below so you know when I upload. I upload every Friday at 6 p.m, and as of the 1st of July, I will be posting every Tuesday at 5 p.m. with a reading vlog. In the comments, just tell me what some of your favourite books from this year so far have been, if you've read any of these ones that I spoke about today, and if you loved them or hated them. Just be respectful in the comments, because I'm fragile and will cry. But that is it for today. I will catch you guys next time.